everyone. Thank you all for coming. Looks like we've got 7 people in chat right now, so thank you all again for joining me today for my 500 sub special. I'll wait for a few more people to get in, and then we will begin ranking almost every U.S. president. I'm not going to do Biden, Trump, Obama. I forget my camera's mirrored, so sometimes my hand goes out of the frame. Yeah, I'm not going to do every president just because of a few reasons. One, I don't want to have half my subscriber base leave me suddenly because I don't like a certain president or because of my opinions on them, or also because we do not know the full effects of certain presidents just because they left office only like a few years ago. So we can't fully tell what Biden's impact will be or Trump's impact. Anyway, so hello, Politics Made Simple. Glad you can make it. Your boy Alex. Yeah, thanks coming. How do you live stream if you have less than 1,000 followers? I think you can't do it on mobile. That's the thing that's kind of weird. For me, I wasn't able to do it on my mobile, but I can do it on my computer. It's kind of weird. Herbert Hoover, thanks for showing up. Every president, yeah, I know. Almost every president just doesn't fit on the title card, as you can see. Fun fact: that's Andy Beshear that my logo is covering. Okay, let's try to get like 10 people in, and then we can start up. Try sharing this around. Let's get as many people as possible. Saw a lot of discussion about the Canadian election. Would you guys watch a video about that if I made one? Because I'm pretty interested in it. I've been watching Politics Made Simple and JJ McAuliffe about that. 8 people, good. Yeah, but I would totally down to make a video for that, so I might. The reason I haven't been uploading recently is also because my screen recorder just stopped working. I've been using like the default one on Windows, which just decided to not like send any of the videos I make into my videos folder, and there's kind of lost in the abyss. So I can't. I was gonna release a video today. It was gonna be an election night. I think y'all would really like it. It was a fun one to make, but unfortunately, I couldn't. So I'm trying to experiment with new ones, and hopefully that will come out soon. Sebastian, thanks for coming. You got 9 people, just one more person, and then we can start up. Let's see. Hello, Pack. Okay, 9 people. Let's start soon. Huh. I'll check that one out. Screencast-O-Matic. That's a good one. 10 people. Okay, let's get started. I'll stop sharing that tab and then move over to my presidents. Let's check it out. Okay. Ranking every U.S. president. There we go. I found this on Tier Maker. It's pretty handy. It has every president with their name and number, so I didn't have to. I was really weird. I had to check Wikipedia every 10 seconds to see which president was which. I won't do Obama because of aforementioned reasons. I'm going to do Bush, though. So I'll start off with George Bush. The second one, of course, number 43. So George Bush definitely was an interesting president. I think that we can now see a lot of the impact that he made, and Bush really changed a lot of things. After 9/11, a lot of definitely government surveillance stepped up. So you had the Patriot Act. Bush doesn't have a lot of redeeming qualities, in my opinion. Like, we just got out of Afghanistan recently, and there's definitely a lot. There's definitely a lot to talk about in that region. But Bush was the one who essentially, in essence, started that war. And as you can see, it didn't end very well. Iraq was not great either. He did bring the country together after 9/11, but essentially used that for rather poor purposes. So I'm going to put Bush as as a D tier. He doesn't have any redeeming qualities. Bill Clinton, also another recent one. More like his personal life wasn't great, and that has definitely lost him a lot of favor. He was very, very centrist. I think you might call him a neoliberal, but he was center left, kind of created that within the Democratic Party. Um, I'm not totally. I'm trying to think of many of his accomplishments. He definitely tried for healthcare. I think he was a C president. He didn't do. He didn't do a lot. He didn't really do anything negative. They definitely didn't help the image of the Oval Office with his affairs, with the scandals. H.W. Bush definitely got stuck with the short on the stick after Reagan. He had to kind of go through. He had the Gulf War, which went pretty well, but he also deal with the after effects of Reaganomics. So he didn't do a lot. He wasn't great on a few issues, and I put him as another C president. Reagan is a very controversial president. He was very beloved by the conservative base, for a long time. But now, as Trump takes off, essentially now as the Trump wing of the Republican Party has become the face of that same party, and populism is definitely on the rise. Reagan loses a lot of his favor. He was trickle down economics did not lead to a lot of great stuff. It led to a recession, essentially. Didn't work out very well, at least in my fair opinion. I'm not gonna be checking the. I'll check the chat every few minutes. By the way, just kind of look back at it. Um. Oh, Hoover. By the way, that's just a image I found on the internet. That's not actually on my list. Anyway, Reagan was not a great president in my opinion. This is a very controversial pick. I'm putting him in D. The Iran Contra affair was not definitely not good. He also did a lot when he brought the country very far to the right in many areas that I don't personally believe in. This is also gonna be my personal opinion. Anyway, next we have Jimmy Carter. Another C president, didn't do a lot. He definitely got he inherited some bad stuff, kind of like Bush did. Uh, but of course, you have the Iran hostage crisis, which you didn't handle. Of course, it could have potentially gone better. Not a lot of grades have happened under his watch, so I'm putting him in C. Gerald Ford, another president. The only president to not be elected either president or vice president, took over because Nixon resigned. Another C president. His only redeeming quality is that he pardoned Nixon, which in hindsight was a good decision, but of course cost him the presidency back in the 1976 election. Nixon, I'm putting D or F. I'm not totally sure yet. He definitely has a lot more redeeming qualities than someone like Carter or Ford, but he also has Watergate. He was a really shifty character. He did a lot in his later years. He was doing a lot of stuff that just was not great in my opinion. But he created the EPA. He opened relations with China. So I put that because of that. I'm putting him at D tier. Next, we have Lyndon Johnson, another president with a lot of moral failings, but or not, moral failings. He had a big failure in the Vietnam War, which I definitely do not approve of. But his Great Society policies definitely could have brought him places. I'm gonna check the chat real quick. Let's see. What channels do I watch? I watch Unbiased Election Predictions. I watch most of the channels on my channel list. I say UEP because I was just watching one of his videos, but Purple Political Talk, of course, American Predictions, Politics Made Simple. I watch Chaotic Politics, Pack Politics. I mean, I can honestly name so many. I watch a lot of them. Let's see. Yeah. Herbert Hoover was a good person. It just didn't work out. What city am I from? I'm from California. Reagan D. Yeah, I know it's controversial. Yeah, he was a good leader. I don't approve a lot of his policies. That's my personal opinion. Okay, heading back to this, we have Lyndon Johnson. I'm gonna put him as a let's see. I put him at 10 in my top 10 presidents video. I'm gonna put him at C here, which is kind of weird, but the Great Society was really good and it could have led him a lot of places. The Civil Rights Act and Voting Rights Act, which he helped pass, actually gonna put him at. I'm debating between B and C right now. I'm gonna put him at C just because of the Vietnam War, which went so poorly under his watch, and he essentially was a part. He really was complicit in a lot of government shady business, essentially, and for lack of a better word, he didn't do a lot. So far, a lot of the current presidents are not doing very well. Next, we have JFK, who I'm going to put in the, I think put him in the A tier. I'm a big fan of JFK. I know a lot of people aren't. He had a terrible personal life, and that I know I've mentioned that before. That kind of keeps him in the low, if I had to do an A minus or B plus, that's where he'd be. But he started the push for the Civil Rights Act and the Voting Rights Act. He really, oh, sorry, my cats are fighting right now. Yeah, I'm independent. I was thinking about this. I love watching chaotic politics videos, which I mentioned earlier. But one of my favorite parts is when he's in the middle of something, and then all of a sudden you hear like a scream, and my cats are clawing up my legs. Um, anyway, Buckeye Politics, thanks for coming in. Anyway, you have Kennedy an A. Eisenhower, I think a B president. He took a lot less action on civil rights than I would have liked, but the 50s was a good time for the economy. He pretty much brought it. I don't know if he can. I don't know how to describe what he did with Korea, but he was great on infrastructure, awareness of the military-industrial complex, which right now is actually a pretty low-key issue. Next, you have Truman. Good person overall. He did a lot. He dug out a lot of corruption during like the early years of World War II. I think I put him as a C tier just because he had that a lot. He had a lot of failings towards the end of his presidency. Very interesting guy. Franklin Delano Roosevelt S tier. He didn't get us out of the Great Depression. He got us through it. There's a big difference there. The New Deal really helped, but it was World War II and getting a lot of those jobs back, a lot of people going to work that really, really helped get us out. But he got us through. He was a leader through it. Good president, in my opinion. Yeah, Eisenhower would be pretty high. Base Truman and Ike, yeah. Yeah. Let's see. Now we have Hoover. So Hoover he's a good person. Like, of course, he's in the chat right now, but what he said was Herbert Hoover was a great humanitarian. He was a good person at heart. He just wasn't the president to be in office during the Great Depression. He got essentially hit with a lot of deregulation from the string of presidents. You have Coolidge, you have Harding, and that kind of deregulation, I believe, in that situation led to the crash, which Hoover had to deal with and just didn't take the necessary steps. So I'm putting him at like pretty much C. I think C or B, but a C plus, just because of if you count for his personal life, he's really like a C or D president. I think Coolidge another C, didn't do a lot, but he was the president during the Roaring '20s, which kind of helps him. Harding might be the first F, dear F, because he did nothing. He was a terrible person. He led to a lot of corruption. He put all his cronies in office. He then died without doing anything. Bad person, in my opinion. Woodrow Wilson. Check the chat again. FDR. That's interesting. Yeah, FDR. Let's see. Yeah, so Woodrow Wilson. I used to be kind of neutral on him until Alternate History Hub made an interesting video on him, discussing discussing essentially his presidency and what would happen if Roosevelt was in office instead. And I'm a big fan of Roosevelt, as you'll see soon. So it'd have been interesting to see what would happen if Wilson wasn't in office. He didn't do a lot. I put him at C or D. I think D because he was like very much racist, and as much as it was a different time then, he didn't do a lot. He kind of led us through World War One, failed to get the League of Nations in office, and he was kind of like a decrepit old man at the end because he had a stroke. Here's my other cap, by the way. He is, yeah, that's true. He's climbing on my computer right now. I think Politics Made Simple is good. Your middle name is anyway. Taft, another C president, didn't do a lot. Kind of trimmed off some government weight, and kind of it. Roosevelt S tier, great guy, in my humble opinion. He was none of the trustbuster for a reason. He brought about a lot of change in the United States. He was really I think the US would be very different without him. And if he had been elected in 1912, a lot of things would have changed. His platform included like definitely a lot of social spending, but it also included some very liberal things, even for today. Like Roosevelt, Teddy Roosevelt's economic policy today would still be considered progressive, which is very interesting to me. But he had like recalling justices from the Supreme Court. He also changed a lot of things in like the terms of child labor, in terms of what companies could get away with, because there's a lot of shady stuff that happened in like the 1900s that Roosevelt really took a stop to. Yeah, Harding was very corrupt. I think they both were bad, but like Harding was really, really terrible. That's a good point. Chaotic politics. Anyway, next we have Mckinley, who didn't do a ton, to my knowledge, I mean, I'm trying to think. He doesn't have a lot of well-known accomplishments besides the Spanish-American War. I think I put him at C tier. I'm not totally aware of anything bad he did, but not a lot of good he did. Let me know if any accomplishments. Benjamin Harrison, another C tier, kind of irrelevant, honestly. Grover Cleveland, uh, first and only president to serve non-consecutive terms so far, unless probably the only person that could do that now is Donald Trump, of course. That's the reference I'm alluding to. Really interesting to see if Trump runs in 2024. That's something that I'm kind of excited for. Cleveland, another C tier. Didn't do a lot towards the end of his presidency. I think there was some economic trouble. Chester Arthur, I think he was the one who tried. I don't remember if it was him or Hayes who was trying to stamp out corruption. A lot of C tiers right here. I think Hayes, another C tier. I think Garfield. I don't remember if it was Hayes or Garfield. He's out of order. Who was in my top 10 presidents video, which I would recommend you all check out. I'm just gonna look at that real quick because I kind of that was a long time ago. It wasn't a year ago, but it's kind of closing in on one. So I don't remember who I put down there exactly. I'll check through my video list real quick. Sorry about this, everyone. That was in like a different period of my channel. Okay, so let's see. Rutherford B Hayes was number 10. I think that he was definitely a good president. Garfield, another C tier. Hayes, though, I think was B or A. Did a lot for civil service. He was an abolitionist kind of before it was cool. He stamped out corruption. Yeah, I agree. I think Roosevelt did a lot of great stuff. And then, fun fact, really, that's actually really interesting. Thanks for telling me that. I didn't know that. That's really interesting. That's a good point there. They might actually make me move Taft up a spot. I think like he'd now be C plus or whatever. Though it is also I would point out that Roosevelt did kind of he started that, but that's definitely to Taft's credit. Thanks for letting me know. Oh, I didn't actually know that. I'll move him up. Let's see. I think C tier, B tier, Chester Arthur. I know he was kind of part of like the corrupt. I don't know how to describe this. He was very corrupt like, earlier in his life, but he eventually kind of became what's the word? He kind of turned against a lot of his corrupt allies. I would like to. I don't know when it is actually. Canadian election 2021. I don't know what day it's on. I'll try to get a video out by then. It's take place September 20th. Oh, that's in 2 days. Yeah, I'll do that. Nice. Good luck in 23 years. Best of luck to you. Monday. Yeah, Monday. Okay, I'll try to make a video tomorrow then. I'll speed through that. Ulysses Grant, another rather corrupt president, but he did a lot in the Civil War. I think if you count for the Civil War, he was kind of B tier. He did a lot against corruption as well. So I'm putting him on B tier. Andrew Johnson, F tier. I mean, first president to get impeached. He was very much racist. He really rolled back a lot of the progress Lincoln made. And speaking of Lincoln, we have him at S tier. Great president, number 1 on my list. He was a very, very good leader. He was a good person. He was a lawyer beforehand. Great guy overall. He was a little slow to coming around to abolition, but the steps he eventually took were momentous for America. Buchanan, D tier. Pierce, D tier. All these presidents from like the 1850s just sucked. Didn't do anything useful. Zachary Taylor died after eating grapes. That's a D tier. Didn't C tier because he was helping I mean, I guess you could count the Mexican American War. He didn't do a lot, but I'm not C tier. Polk. Polk's really interesting. So the thing is that I was taught growing up. When I learned about the Mexican American War, a lot of people in my area were very much they didn't like it at all. So Polk was shown in a bad light, but he did a lot. He got everything done in one term, which is pretty interesting. So he expanded if he wasn't president, California might not be in the United States, which I find interesting. So I'm putting him at like C tier, maybe B tier, because I don't like approve his actions, but he did a lot, and you kind of have to respect that. John Tyler, we actually share a birthday, me and John Tyler. Interesting fact. I didn't do much. Kind of like he took over after William Henry Harrison died, and Harrison's gonna be another D tier because he just I don't want to like stamp on his name while he's dead, but he just kind of died and didn't do anything. That dying isn't exactly a bad thing, but like that it kind of puts him lowers him but didn't do anything. Maybe C tier because just yeah. Anyway, back to John Tyler. John Tyler just kind of like created a lot of disunity, which is really interesting. Van Buren didn't do anything either. Andrew Jackson. Oh man, this is like chaos. Oh, I'm down for that. I'm totally down for that. Polk March. Yeah, March 29th. That is my birthday. Polk's being the S tier. Yeah, I'm really conflicted on Polk. Like he got so much done. I have a lot of respect for that, but otherwise he was kind of like I don't know. He kind of engineered the Mexican American War, but that's why I'm putting him in like B tier. Andrew Jackson, very popular now with a lot. Oh, thank you, RPB. Glad you can make it. Andrew Jackson has a lot of popularity now amongst like populists. He did a lot. He was definitely a populist. I would consider him that. He did a lot for like the people, quote unquote. And I don't remember how much corruption he like fought in general, but he did the Trail of Tears is a big thing that really stains his legacy. The fact that he treated the natives rather poorly, and that really isn't great. Dying isn't really a bad thing. Sorry. I mean in terms of precedence. If someone dies, it's not gonna lower their list, but if they did nothing before that, that's not great. Yeah, Andrew Jackson C or B tier. I think I put him at like the fact is I'm very much against how he treated a lot of Native Americans. But there's a lot around that, and it's a difficult topic that I want to approach at knowing all the sides, and I don't want to just kind of sum it up in a sentence. So I'm gonna put him at like, I don't know, C tier for now, because he had both failings and other good stuff. John Quincy Adams, random. Oh, you are right about that. Japanese internment camps are really bad. I think that it definitely lowers his standing, but I would still I'd keep him there. I'm not totally sure if he was the one who initiated that himself, but he still went along with it, which definitely like it's not great. Yeah. You know what's interesting was that a lot of certain African American leaders were telling Joe Biden to compare himself to Harry Truman instead of Franklin Delano Roosevelt because Roosevelt was not super great for minorities apparently compared to Truman. So it's very interesting dynamic. I put Truman. Where did I put him? I put him in the. I'm trying to find him C tier. I might move him up to B now. John Quincy Adams didn't do a lot. I think C or D tier. He kind of won off a shady bargain, and was kind of losing it towards the end of his years. He started, yeah. And then James Monroe, B tier. Monroe Doctrine is pretty interesting. I think that interesting for America's standing in the world. He presided over a really peaceful time that was prosperous for America. So that's pretty good. James Madison didn't do a lot. Lost the War of 1812, puts him in C tier. Thomas Jefferson, another B or A tier. Why am I moving? Lyndon Johnson, he's a C tier. It's kind of all got messed up. Where's Thomas Jefferson? That's kind of a problem. So I'm gonna try to find Thomas Jefferson for a second. It looks like that's super weird. Sorry about this, everyone. That's really strange. James Madison, Zachary Taylor. There he is. Okay, he's there. We found him in the C tier. He's B tier. John Adams, Alien Sedition Act was not great. Yeah, that's fair. Yeah, that's why I'm moving him up to B. I mean, I might move him up to A after all the points you've all made. I think Truman might have been I think A tier. Not a lot of A tiers, interestingly enough. I think I'm gonna edit this list afterwards. I'm gonna put Eisenhower in A. I'm gonna lost at B. Okay, John Adams, not a great president, didn't do a ton. I think D tier. George Washington, of course, S tier, like easy. I don't know why it's not moving up. Hold on. There we go. Yeah, George Washington S tier. I put a lot of presidents in S tier. Yeah, yeah, I know. I could not find Jefferson. And I was like, wait, where is he? And then everyone's probably saw him. Okay. So here's like not the final list. I'm gonna move this around a little. I'm considering putting Roosevelt back in and putting him in like A or B just because of a lot of his failings, but I think I have a lot of respect for the New Deal and what he did. And he was really an inspiring leader overall, which really that's pretty good in my book. So we have all his presidents here. I might move Johnson up to B, put him in B tier. Actually, no, the Vietnam War puts him in like C plus B minus area. Obama, still don't know his last name, which is kind of a problem. Okay, Sia. I was in C. Okay. Here we have it. Final list, as you can see. Yeah, so by President Hoover, and then yeah, Hoover would be interesting. I wonder if the Great Depression didn't happen while he was president. I think he'd be remembered a lot differently. He'd be remembered a lot more positively. So, that's also a very interesting thing. My cat is right here. I have about one that shows up to every stream I do, and then one that like never comes, and the one that doesn't always come is now here. So that's nice. Anything else you guys want me to cover? I was thinking of doing a tier list. I can speak a tier list of like potential 2024 presidents. Oh, that's good. That's good. Let's see. Tier list candidates, like unelectability. I can also do campaign trail, like I did on another stream. I'm trying to find templates for like. Yeah, so the same. I'm trying to do this simultaneously. I can also answer any questions you guys have. Anything? I'm trying to find some templates. Yes. All right. Yeah, that's a good point. That's why I was like really iffy on Clinton and Bush. So that's why I'm not ranking Obama or Trump. Oh, my cats are fighting. Sorry. Oh, congrats to your sister. Or happy birthday to your sister. Yeah, thanks. I hope to get 1,000 hopefully soon. The problem is that a lot of the videos that I want to make, I can't because my screen recorder stopped working. So I'm gonna fix that. I'll make a Canadian election video as soon as possible. And then, yeah. Oh, so the first name was 44 Politics, which is like a long, complicated story. I don't even remember why I named it that in the first place. And then I was like, that's not a great name. So I changed it to Election Watch Analysis, which is essentially a list of election keywords that sound nice together. I have like an alternative list. The other name was gonna be like election time analysis, but it was pointed out to me that only makes sense during like election season. So making stuff in between, I just seem like it kind of seems weird. Huh. And then what grade am I in? I'm not gonna reveal that right now. Let's see. I'm still trying to find a tier list. I'm not totally sure who I'd put on like a tier list for candidates. So I'm trying to find ones that are already made. I see a lot of interesting ones. I don't think I'm going to do that right now. So I'll do campaign trail. Unless anyone wants to talk about what are y'all's thoughts on the California recall, which I found was really interesting. It was definitely a lot more of a blowout for Newsom than I thought it was. I was thinking like 16% was like generous to him. Yeah, so it's interesting. I wanted to live stream with like I think it was PPA, but PPA political predictions and analysis, but like I couldn't. I had something, so I was kind of leaving that same thing, and I looked at my phone and I was like, "Oh, geez, he won in like 30 minutes. That's definitely really good." And I kind of fell into the trap of like, I was always thinking this beforehand. People are gonna overhype this. Like I kind of was thinking beforehand, like Larry Elder's not great for the Republicans. He's not a good candidate. He leans too much into the culture war. I think Faulkner would have been way better for the Republicans to like put up as their main candidate. So I think I was kind of thinking that beforehand, but I was like, 16%, that's pretty generous. Like no one else is doing that. And it turns out it's not like 27%. So really interesting. Yeah, I didn't think he was gonna lose. The thing is that like California, basically it's like the Bay Area and LA, and those combined give like still give Democrats like a 10-point win. I'm gonna look at like Jackson, dude, because you see like in the early 2000s, there were a lot of California was pretty much, it wasn't a swing state, but it was like a likely state. So we head back to, I mean, let's see. The last time we won red was in 88. George W. Bush won by about 3%, 3.5%. Then in 92, Clinton won it by about 13%, but he only got 46% of the vote. Perot took up the rest. And then in 96, he won by 12%, but he actually did get over 51%, about 12. And then it was in a Gore plus 11 state in 2000. And then let's see. I'm gonna try looking at the county maps. So basically, back in 2000, you have a really really interesting map. I'm gonna share my screen real quick. Let's see. Okay, share screen. So if you look at this, you see you have Inyo County, which went to Biden by like I don't know, like not even 10 votes maybe, and is now going pretty nearly to the yes on recall side. Was a safe red county. You have San Bernardino County, which also went to Biden by a large margin. It's kind of more of a swing, not maybe a swing county. You can kind of consider that. It's semi close in the recall, going by about like kind of a closer margin. Riverside, 50-60%. That one's pretty close, but it went to Biden by a large margin. You have Imperial County, which actually shifted to the right by a really long time. Or sorry, shifted to the right for the first time by a really large margin. I kind of forgot what I was saying right there. In 2020, a lot of Hispanics there, this is like what is referred to by some as the Inland Empire, a lot of rural Hispanics. So Trump is actually gaining there. But anyway, Gore won it by about 50-60%. And I mean that like in terms of his vote count, not by margin. Then you have San Diego County going to Bush. You have Orange County, very suburban area, which is going very narrowly to the no on recall side. And I thought it was going to the yes, just because I overestimated how many suburban voters would go for the yes side. Yeah, 14 votes. Yeah, you're right. It was very close. I always kind of noticed like narrow counties. So that was interesting. Yeah, it was very nationalized. I think if you focused on California issues, it would have gone a different way. But Republicans just didn't field a great campaign there. They ran kind of like to win in California, as I'm trying to point out here, like you need a certain kind of campaign, and it's really difficult. So anyway, I'm gonna stop pointing out county results, but like you see, San Luis Obispo, Ventura, Santa Barbara counties all like either close or going to Bush. That is like this map is way different than current map. Anyway, you can see like I think that's Sacramento was really close, and Fresno, another moderate county, that's going to Bush by a large margin. So basically, to sum all this up, a lot of moderate, affluent voters and also a decent amount of Hispanic voters were going to Bush by a pretty large margin, and that helped him get like at least an 11% win. Because Democrats still have Los Angeles, they have San Francisco, the Bay Area is surrounding it. San Francisco isn't a very big city, but the Bay Area is essentially surrounding it is really big. You have Oakland, you have a lot of suburban areas, and then you have Sacramento, not like a few hours away. And then you have like a few other places. Yeah, so this map is really hard to recreate for Republicans. Like they had to shift so much. And that only was an 11% win for Gore. So that's why I was really hesitant to put it that close. Yeah, Yolanda Renee King and Barron Trump. Yeah, I don't think California is trending to the right. Um, Currently, what we're seeing is that it only shifted 2 points to the left, even in the recall. So the thing was that the Republicans ran a poor campaign. I think their ideal campaign would have been it would have been this: like they had to back a moderate candidate, so like Falconer. They have to keep Trump out of it as much as possible. Focus extremely on local issues, like not barely even focus on any kind of national issue. Don't bring the culture war into it at all. Because what they need to do is they need to appeal to suburban voters. They need to get it down to that wins. They need to like appeal to suburban Bay Area voters, to the southern portions, Hispanics. Um, then they need to really boost up, like lower the margins in like Los Angeles as much as possible, and then it gets close. And if it gets close, and they also need to scare Democrats into spending a lot of money into it, because then they can. That's less money. Sorry, guys. 1 second. Okay, I'm back. Sorry. Anyway, yeah. I don't remember what I was saying anymore. Yeah, very difficult for for Republicans to win. Pennsylvania is an interesting state because the rurals aren't exactly growing anymore. They, I believe they actually were shrinking in according to the census. And then you have like Trump pretty much maxed them out. There isn't much the Republicans can gain in there anymore. And then the suburbs are yet to like fully shift back to the Democrats. So, or to the Democrats in general. So I think Pennsylvania is actually Democrats have better prospects than most say. So I see views are dropping. We've been going live for about 30 minutes. If there's anything else I can do, or we can just kind of end this. Either one. Yeah. Okay. That's true. Anyway, I think we might just end this. We could end this here, or we can do anything else. Any questions? If any of you have any more recommendations for like screen recorders, I'd love that because I need a new one. New campaign trail. I can do that. Yeah. Okay, I'll pull it up. What election should I run in? Oh, OBS Studio. That's smart. I've been trying to use that, but like it doesn't really work. Oh, 2024 series. Yeah. So I'm gonna start working on the final election night. Oh. I'm gonna start working on the final election night. It's been kind of difficult. I've been working on a lot of other stuff, like that California recall video was really hard to make. It's probably my most edited video, but I'll be trying to do it as soon as I can. Oh, that's good. That's good. Yep. I made an apprentice joke to goated election analysis, and now I'm his master. Best of luck to both Double A and Punxsutawney Phil on becoming senators from their respective states. Okay, now I'll share my screen. Let's see, share screen. Okay, new campaign trail. Any suggestions on what election? I'll put up all the. We have 2016. We have two of them actually. So you have 2016, 2012, 2000, 1988, 1976, 1968, 1964, 1960, 1948, 1916, 1896, 1860, and 1844. 2000, that's a popular, okay. 2000, that'd be a good one. I don't want to do any, like, I think 1960 is going to be my cutoff point. Okay, I'll do 2000. That's a fun one. I'll do Gore because he lost. Just out of, wouldn't really be as interesting. I'm from California. It's a nice state. We got a recall. The recall is the most interesting thing to happen here politically for a long time. And it wasn't even that interesting. Like, it was a blowout. Okay, so running mate, I'm gonna try to do like balance out kind of hindsight with trying to run a smart campaign. With hindsight, I picked Bob Graham because then I went to Florida. But that I could also pick John Kerry because he's considered pretty liberal, and that would help like draw votes away from Nader. But I'll do Bob Graham because he has popular demand. But normal because I'm not great at this. I think I'll highlight his accomplishments. Okay. So Bill Clinton was actually pretty popular then, despite his affair and like the impeachment attempt. That wasn't exactly like something that hurt him a lot. So I think if I run his positive record, that would definitely help. Yeah, he's popular. Okay, here's a current map. We have I think I'll start out with Florida just because of like, obvious reasons. So some of they're either like attack it. So let's see. First one is like really positive towards Bill Clinton. Other two are like kind of distancing myself from Bill Clinton, and the last one is tying myself to Clinton but attacking Bush. I think I'll do the first one. Yeah, that looks like I'm doing pretty well. It's a decent answer. Okay, so it looks like we're winning so far. But I don't really want to target states I know I'm going to lose by a likely margin, at least. Like, a lot of these states, like Louisiana and Arkansas. But I think Tennessee was reasonably close, so I'll go there. It's a semi-large state. It's a pretty liberal answer. That might be like a Ralph Nader-esque answer. I think that is a good one. Good one. I'm not gonna read all of them just because like it might take longer. Yeah. I love the mod. I'm just not great at that kind of stuff. Let's see. Okay, looks like we're losing Washington. That's not great. I'll go to Michigan. That's another big one. This was a difficult. It's actually kind of difficult one. Okay. Any suggestions here? The bombing of Serbia. Yeah. Second one. Or wait, I did that. I was the wrong one. Shoot. I clicked the wrong one. Sorry. Okay. So there are a few interesting ones. Like if I did the first one, like return this money to the American people, that would help with conservative voters. Next one would be kind of more in line with Gore, and it'd be toward more liberal benefits for Social Security, Medicare, Medicaid, and then more to new and existing programs. Any thoughts? This second. I want the second one. Okay, looks like that helped. We'll go to Oregon next. That was a close state. Okay, I feel like I'm kind of on a roll. I'm not sure if I'll win though. Let's try out Missouri. It's pretty close. My budget will cut taxes and turn a portion to our budget surplus. The American people. I don't do middle class tax cuts. It's kind of a popular answer. Hey, populist focus, you're back. Upload videos again. Come on, please. Bill Clinton. Oh, this is a hard point. Let's see. Okay, I'll just like. Oh, that was not a good answer. That did not do well. Okay. Have fun playing basketball. Low populous focus. First one. I don't think I did the first one. That's a problem. Let's go to California. I don't want to lose California. Yeah, it's a. Oh, abortion. That was okay. Abortion. What are your thoughts here? Alright, this is like a moderate answer. Okay, that helps shore up support. Let's go to let's go back to let's go to Missouri. No, I don't want Missouri. Let's go to Florida again. Again. Oh, it's kind of like explain my answer. That usually helps. Okay, there we go. Go to let's go to Minnesota. Yeah, I want to win New Hampshire. New Hampshire was a close state. Okay, we're gaining. Speaking of New Hampshire, actually, I'll go to Oregon. I need the Pacific Coast. Okay. Let's give, yeah, again, let's kind of get, we're going to be focusing on like essentially alluding to Bill Clinton as much as we can. Made Vermont and Maine safe, so that's pretty good. Yeah. I'm not great. I used to be better at the election or the campaign trail. Not as good now. Let's go to an Appalachian state. Let's go to Ohio. I've been there. Yeah, it's an important one. There we go. Okay. Attack the corporations. Let's attack Bill Clinton. Or no, George Bush. I'm smart. Okay, anyway. Didn't exactly help. Looks like I'm gonna go to New Hampshire because that one it's interesting. People focus on Florida, but like New Hampshire would have given but Gore the win. And it was only 1.3%. Like if Nate like considering theoretically Nader could have Ralph Nader's votes could have flipped the state, which is really interesting. Yeah, it's emphasize more of the liberal aspects. Okay, there we go. Oh, good job. Clinton Castro would have been an interesting ticket. I think that Julian Castro, if Clinton lost and he was part of the ticket, Castro would have had a way better chance in the 2020 presidential election. Okay, that was not good. Turns out that was not a great answer. Let's just go to Florida never hurts. So I think Upper Midwest. Upper Midwest. Okay, we're going in, everyone. Best of luck to us all. I'm really not sure if I'll win or not. Okay, this is my election night coverage. It's a real election. Okay. 10% of national results in, no electoral votes so far. We now have projection of Indiana, Kentucky that George Bush will carry those two states, combined 20 electoral votes. He will also carry South Carolina, another 8 electoral votes. Meanwhile, Al Gore will easily win the state of Vermont, Massachusetts, and Rhode Island, while Bush will expand and will start winning more of the southern portion, like Virginia, North Carolina, and now we are expanding across the United States. Currently, only mostly the South and Northeast are getting results in. Gore is doing very well in New England, while Bush is doing well in the South and in the Midwest. Currently, Bush has 140 electoral votes. Gore has 117. We can now project the key swing state of Ohio for George Bush. Gore has been yet to win any key states. Actually, he's now won Pennsylvania and Michigan, 2 key states victory. But George Bush has won the state of New Hampshire, another close state. But Al Gore has won Bill Clinton's home state of Arkansas. Big win for him this evening. wasn't fully expected to win that state. That can mean good things for him in places like Tennessee, Missouri. Oh, no, never mind. While Gore wins California, Bush wins Missouri and Florida, two very key states. Al Gore doesn't have a very big chance, but he only has to win Wisconsin, and oh, we lost the election. Never mind. This is one of the weirdest maps I've seen. It's rather cursed. If we win Tennessee, that's gonna be really great. I want to win Tennessee. Oh, we lost Oregon. Oh, we won Tennessee. This is one of the most cursed maps I've ever seen. Oh my god. Look at this. Look at this. We lost Oregon, Wisconsin, Florida, but we won Arkansas and Tennessee. But like there are states that Gore won, like New Mexico, Oregon, Wisconsin, and Iowa that we lost. But we won two states that like Arkansas went to Bush by 5% and Tennessee went to Bush by 4%. This is so cursed. This is very cursed. Let's see how well we did overall though. We lost. We came close though. We won the popular vote by about like 500,000. Yeah, you're right. We should have focused on Florida. That's a good point. That would have. We didn't change much of history. Like let's go results by state. Florida was called pretty fast, but we won. We lost by about. We actually lost by like 30,000 votes. That's pretty close. That was pretty good. Good performance, everyone. Let's go to Wisconsin. We lost Wisconsin by like 18,000 votes. Yeah, the last rally, if I focused on Florida, I could have won. Pennsylvania, we won by 3%. That's pretty good. And Michigan by 5. Gonna go to Oregon next. Where's Oregon? Oh, there it is. I know math. I know the alphabet, I promise. We lost Oregon by less than 1%, which is interesting. Considering I campaign there a lot. New Hampshire next. Yeah, I lost by like 2%. So I should have gotten the Gene Shaheen mod, it looks like. Huh. Let's go to Missouri. Missouri was also another close one. Yeah. Okay, should we play again? Any other more rounds? What should be the next one we do? Shoot, 2016. And I also like to do something like 1960 or 68. Or maybe 76. Oh, no. Republican cannot win Oregon. It's really interesting when making, like, I've done 2016. I've done some mapping on, like, of Oregon, and it's really interesting given that the geography is pretty poor for the Democrats. Like, you have one safe district and then a few likely ones, given what it is. Yeah, I'll do Clinton because she lost. Same with Gore. We'll do. Oh, Julian Castro's not available in this one. That's weird. I can also do 2016A, which might be the one that works. That's weird. Okay. Thoughts, everyone? I think Sherrod Brown would be the best one. So I'll do Sherrod Brown, then I'll do Castro. Okay. Oh, the mod. I don't have any of the mods. Yeah. Okay, what should I do? Okay, let's see. Sherrod Brown is good. He would have done better. He was I think it was between actually Brown and Tim Kaine, and she chose Tim Kaine. Kaine was not a great candidate. I don't really know why. He didn't add much to the ticket. I'm gonna directly attack the issue. Let's see if that. Yeah, let's see if that helps. Okay, we're doing well in Virginia. We have some of the states. We're leading in most of these states. Let's check out. We're leading in Florida. I'll go to North Carolina. Okay, I need some help on this. This one is a hard one. Yeah, this is like the issue that really changed the election. I remember 2016 when I woke up like that morning, 6 something, and Trump had won. And it was like so surprising. So choose two, okay. Like that was really interesting. doing pretty well. Look at this. We're winning. Let's go to Florida. Yeah, I think Sherrod Brown actually wanted Clinton to change her position on trade. Yeah, let's he would have done way, but I think he honestly could have helped her do better in the Rust Belt, depending on how much of his like if he was just kind of there, he wouldn't have done a lot. Like he could have changed a few voters' minds, but Sherrod Brown isn't exactly a national name, and he would need like a lot of exposure in the spotlight, and they'd really need to have him deliver a lot of the populist rhetoric. Yeah, let's have Bernie Sanders do well because that was like that didn't help Clinton when she like shoved him away. I guess. Yeah, that's just bad. I don't actually remember that happening in the election. Which one should I do here? I need which one? RPB. I need your help. The campaign advisor. Should I talk about Sherrod Brown or like what? Choose first. Okay, first. Got that. Not much has changed. Let's go to Minnesota. Make sure we win that one. Which one? Okay, it's actually a hard one. I'll do this one. Okay. I'll keep him in here. Let's see if that helps. Let's go to Nevada. Okay, deficit's kind of an economic issue, so that can help me get more populist voters potentially. Hmm. Third, second, go to yeah, that's a good one. Oh, okay, here we go. TPP, gotta go into that. Okay, third, which one here? Third or fourth, I think, but I'm not totally sure which one. Oh, third. Yeah, it's helping me in the Rust Belts. That's pretty good. We can make an no, we could potentially make an effort to win Utah, but I don't know, it's didn't work very well. Let's back to no, let's go to the Rust Belt. Let's go to Wisconsin. Ooh, it didn't really help. Let's go back to Ohio. Um, again, let's go to Michigan. What am I 4% so far? What should I do here? It's actually it's a difficult one because like the Iraq War was very big. The second one I can't do because I think I played this before and I know that I think it was like some conservative commentator like finds evidence. It's interesting. Fourth, okay. I'll try this. Don't go with the second one. Okay, go to Colorado. This is a hard one. Okay, this one I'm gonna want first. Okay, what's up with this one now? This is a chance one. I'll just do this. Oh shoot! I didn't do well. That's not good. Okay, let's go to Virginia. Kind of shore up some important support. But the children. Okay, I got the children. This is okay. This is another one I need advice on because another one again, Clinton would have probably won without her scandals. She would have done way better given how close some states were. If not winning, she would at least win some of the states that came down to a number of thousand of votes. Okay, we're doing better. Oh, good. That's why RPB should run for president. You should do really well. Oh, cat, you okay? Oh, my cat's here. Oh no. One sec, guys. I'm right back. Sorry, everyone. I had a little issue. Sorry about that. Which one am I doing now? Third again? Yeah. Yeah. Okay, we're not doing great now. I'm gonna focus on. Let's go to the Rust Belt. Let's go to Ohio, which is still pretty close. Not Florida. Yeah. Okay, we have it. We're going. Let's hope this goes well, everyone. We now protect the state of Kentucky and Indiana to Donald Trump. Indiana, home state of running mate of Donald Trump, Mike Pence, the former governor. 10% of national results in. We can project the state of Vermont for Hillary Clinton. We also project West Virginia and South Carolina for Trump. No new states for Clinton yet. Cat, you okay? Yo, everyone, my cat's making some weird noises. I'll be right back. All right. Back, everyone. Sorry about that. Yeah, the delay is weird. Okay, we now can project Ohio, North Carolina, and Texas for Donald Trump. Florida, big now projection here. Project New Mexico for Clinton and Arizona for Trump. Donald Trump winning the majority of the swing states so far. Clinton has to really up her game in the Rust Belt areas. Oh, we can project Clinton will win Minnesota and Michigan, two very important Rust Belt swing states. Washington and California, well, let's go to Clinton. No surprise here. And Oregon, that puts Clinton at 243 with the inclusion of Hawaii. Wisconsin, Nevada, Pennsylvania, currently uncalled. Alaska has not had its polls closed yet. We expect that one to easily go to Donald Trump. And Alaska will go to Donald Trump. No surprise there. Now Wisconsin. Oh, Nevada will go to Hillary Clinton. And Wisconsin and Pennsylvania, two states left uncalled. We can project Wisconsin for Clinton. Only Pennsylvania is less. And we've won. Let's go, squad. Oh, sorry. 1 second again. Okay. We did it, y'all. This is the 279. This is what would have happened if Clinton had before. Tremendous. Yes, it is. And we won the popular vote by like 2%. That's good. We won by about 3 million votes, or only 2 million actually. Gary Johnson got 5.8%. That's actually really good for a third party. He was expected to get really like pretty high numbers, only got like 3% or something like that. So results by state. Alabama, we easily lost. No surprise there. Arizona was actually 8%, which is, I think, better than usual. Yeah, PA. Colorado was 3%. That's actually pretty close. Florida was almost 4%. So that was like not good. Georgia 7%. Iowa was 11%. That's so we did worse in Iowa. Michigan though. Michigan 3%, which is like Biden 2020 margin. Minnesota was another 3%. Gary Johnson got 8% in there. We won Maine by a lot. So solid campaign. Nevada to actually about 1%. So Nevada was closer than Michigan, which actually happened in 2020. Ohio was about 2%. That means that we got a lot out of Sherrod Brown. Pennsylvania, let's go down there. Pennsylvania, wow, look how close this was. 2,000 votes. No, 1,000 votes. 1,000 votes. Can you all see that? Yeah. 1,000. That's how close it was. That is shocking. Let's go to Wisconsin. Let's see how close that was. Wisconsin was 2%. Or no, actually no, 0.4%. Wisconsin was about 12,000 votes. Yeah. So Michigan went by a large margin. And then Wisconsin and Pennsylvania were really close. Let's go to North Carolina next. Utah, Gary Johnson combined Gary Johnson and McMullen got about 33%. North Carolina was actually 6%. That's a lot. Okay, I'm gonna close that real quick. 1950 votes. Huh. Yeah. We've been going for about an hour, and we have about 9 viewers. It's pretty good. It's actually it's better than usual. Okay, well, thank you all for watching. I'm gonna end this stream now. Thank you all for stopping by, and of course, thank you all for 500 subscribers. Here's to 1,000. We can get that by say upcoming summer 2022. And yeah, that'd be great. So our goal, 1,000 by summer 2022. See ya. Alex, Spy Politics Made Simple. Thank you all for watching. See you all next time.